All right, listen up. Welcome to what might just be the most important training session of your entire life. We're about to transform you from just another person into the undisputed pound-for-pound champion of the entire animal kingdom. So forget everything you thought you knew about survival. Today, we learn how to win.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Is that even a real promise? Well, according to our source material, not only is it possible, it is a flat-out guarantee. Every single time. So you're going to want to pay close attention because your future title as heavyweight champion of the wilderness is on the line. Okay, every great training montage has to start with the fundamentals, right? So in round one, we're going to hone our basic skills against some of the, let's call them more approachable predators. Think of this as the tutorial level. Let's meet our first opponent. Player 1, you've entered the arena, and your opponent is the eagle. Look, I know there's only been one documented case of a human-eagle altercation in recent history, but as our source says, one is one too many. We can't take any chances. It's time to learn the combo. So here's your 4-hit combo. You ready? First, you gotta shield your head and face. That's the eagle's main target. Use your jacket, a backpack, whatever you got. As it swoops in, its talons are gonna get stuck in your shield, and boom, it fell right into your trap. That's your opening. Grab its body with one hand, its beak with the other. Now for the finisher. You don't have to do it, but for style points, the body slam is definitely recommended. Okay, next up, a truly fearsome opponent, the giant otter. Seriously, don't let that cute face fool you. The strategy here requires immense focus, perfect timing, and flawless execution. You ready for this?
Yep, that's it. Pick it up, body slam it, moving on. All right, warm-up's officially over. I hope you stretched because now we're stepping up the difficulty. In this round, we're facing opponents that require a little more than a quick body slam. We're talking psychological warfare. Let's meet our first mid-tier brawler. Picture this. You wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of something crunching. You look down, and it's your leg. You are now officially in a street fight with a hyena. So what's the play? So the most important thing is you cannot act like prey. You gotta flip the script and become the predator. Stay calm, stand your ground, and this is the best part, you mirror it. It takes a step forward, you take a step forward. It lets out that famous creepy cackle, you cackle right back in its face. Assert your dominance. Eventually, it'll just decide you're way too weird and not worth the trouble. Easy win.
All right, feeling confident? Good. Let's see how you handle this next one. You're now face-to-face with a Komodo dragon. This opponent is a little different because it has a particularly nasty special move.
And that move is what gamers would call a one-shot. One hit, and it is game over, man. That's all thanks to its incredibly venomous saliva. So the number one rule here is pretty simple, isn't it? Don't get bit. So how do you beat a boss with a one-shot attack? Well, you exploit its weaknesses, of course. Turns out, Komodo dragons have terrible mobility and an even worse stamina bar. So just run in zigzags. Bait out its big charge attack over and over again until its stamina's totally empty. And you'll know it worked because the dragon will literally just turn around and quit. That's your chance to get creative and unleash whatever finishing moves your heart desires. Okay, you've mastered the brawlers. It is time for the heavyweights. These are the tank class opponents, the big boys, built to take a ton of damage. Beating them requires knowing your enemy inside and out. And our first heavyweight matchup is a 2-for-1 special, bears. But here's the catch. The strategy is completely different depending on which one you're fighting. This is advanced level stuff, so you really gotta listen up. Now just look at this, it's absolutely wild. If you're up against a grizzly bear, you play dead. You curl up into a little ball and you just hold that pose until it gets bored and wanders off. But if you try that with a polar bear, oh, you are just serving yourself up as an easy meal. No, against a polar bear, you have to fight for your life. Target its eyes, its nose with everything you've got. I know what you're thinking. Are my punches actually gonna work on a polar bear? Well, according to the source, the answer is a big yes. And the proof? This handy, if kinda grim, little saying. The logic is undeniable, right? I mean, obviously.
You've made it. You climbed the ranks. You've mastered the warm-ups, the brawlers, and the heavyweights. Now it is time. Prepare yourself for the final boss. The single deadliest predator for humans on the entire planet. But it has a secret, and it's, well, you'll see. It's kind of pathetic.
And here it is, the crocodile. This ancient reptile has been camping out by the water's edge for thousands of years, racking up an unbelievable winning streak against us humans. But today, that streak ends. And make no mistake, these stats are intimidating. We're talking about up to 1,000 fatal attacks per year. That makes this the most dangerous 1v1 matchup you could possibly find yourself in. But every boss has a weakness, and this one is no different. We've got the game plan. Okay, let's break it down. First, you bait out its charge attack. A crocodile can only sprint for about 20 meters before its stamina bar is completely gone. While it's catching its breath, you toss your shirt over its eyes. Apparently, this puts it into a relaxed, trance-like state. That's when you circle behind it and deliver some body shots. Not to do damage, but, to tenderize the meat for your victory feast. Then you just rinse and repeat until it stops moving.
And here's the ultimate secret weapon, the glitch in the system. The source claims that if a crocodile overexerts itself just from charging at you, the lactic acid buildup can cause it to just die. Instead of admitting defeat, it just gives up on life entirely, which is frankly one of the most pathetic ways to lose that I have ever heard of for a final boss.
And there you have it. You are fully trained, you are combat ready, and you are equipped with the knowledge to defeat any apex predator in a one-on-one fight. The only question left is, who are you taking on first?